Attention, attention. Ruben Amorim inners and Ruben Amorim outers, as well as Ruben Amorim doubters. Let us talk. Today we review Manchester United versus West Ham. Manchester United lost 2-0 to West Ham, and Ruben Amorim gave a press match conference like he always does, but this one was a little different from all the other presses I've seen. You know, I don't even want to like actually read quotes. I think it's probably the most appropriate. We see some of this stuff that he was saying because I'd say it's a very very revealing presser. Revealing in the sense that one, you can sense he's very frustrated. Two, you can also see the fact that Ruben Amorim is also he's saying this is not looking good, acknowledging it's not looking good, and that we cannot go into next season playing the way we are. And he really said we need to change a lot of things this summer. And if a manager alludes to the summer, he means I gotta sell Deadwood, and the manager has that opportunity now to really, really, really um, be ruthless, you know, and hopefully, ideally, get the backing from the board, because this is what, um, you know, this is as clear as day that we are horrible. The players are horrible. The mentality of the players is just downward, outright wrong and rotten, and it needs to be addressed. So, the fact that you can have players that choose when they want to show up is very worrying. There are some fans that say, "Yeah, like, but like that's Europe, that's and that's the Premier League. That's two different competitions." But the fact that some players can choose is very, very worrying. It means they are just not good enough for the club. They are not the right type of mental profile that we need. And it's like having say somebody like say shout out to any secretary out there in the world. But if a secretary or receptionist, matter of fact, let me say receptionist, um, chooses to answer the phone when they want to answer the phone, are you gonna try and you try changing the phone? You try changing the ringtone of the phone, but the receptionist chooses when they want to answer the phone. If you call before lunch, you might be lucky. If you call after lunch, you it just depends that day. That's really what it is. Before lunch, in this instance, means Europa. They show up, they pick up the phone. After lunch, they're like, nah, I'm clocking out at 3:45, mate. This is what we have at our club. And there's some fans that do not see that. They are sometimes maybe blinded by shout out to Oli for saying this. They're blinded by the fact that maybe we've been to FA Cup finals, Carabao Cup finals, and even in our worst times, we've been doing better than other clubs. But some fans, and then they believe that, you know what? These players can can actually show up. Nah, these guys are frauds. And your frustration right now is directed at the easiest scapegoat being Ruben Amorim. Yes, yes, I would have liked for him to have tactical flexibility and invention. Every manager is different. Some managers cling to one philosophy, and and that's their manager story. Some managers have a philosophy, but they have different formations as well to still play in a certain particular way, and that's their story. And then some managers, like, that they specialize in helping like stabilize a turbulent ship. Big up to Sam Allardyce. Big up to managers that are just there to just get a team that's going to tank, going to be relegated, and just say, let me see what this team has and let me fix this. And there are managers that are specialize in that. You know, I've had this conversation a bunch of times. I think with Joe about managers that come up with a certain like formula, and then there's certain managers that try to counter a formula that's sort of the popular formula, or the working formula, or the winning formula at that particular time. And that's how football is. But anyway, let's have this discussion. I want to know where you are in the Ruben Amorim spectrum. I think the fan base is slowly dividing. These Rubenites and non-Rubenites. Where are you? Are you an inner, outer, or doubter? Hit the like button, man. Football Power Hour! All right. Big up to everybody in the building. Shout out to Pav. Shout out to Overhead Kick TV. Shout out to the waiting room in the building. And Pav was saying the phone needs to get the best out of the worker, mate. You know, we blaming the phone and not the receptionist for picking up the phone. It's like that's how some people are. That like the phone needs to get the best out of the worker. That's crazy. Yo, it's a Monday, Overhead Kick TV. We try to make sense of the state of affairs right now in Man United. So I don't want to even say. I think like we should be like, what's bad? That's how we should greet each other. Was this scheduled? No, it wasn't. You know, it's a gorilla stream. And yeah, and we're gonna try do it differently. First of all, I'll save everybody time and tell you that everybody failed and got a F. We do grades on this stream, but like, you know what? I feel like the players are wasting our time when we try to usually sometimes talk about each player with as much care as possible and as much like attention as possible. But nah, man, we we care more about the matches than some of these players, and that is such a sad thing to realize as a fan. Gorilla versus 100 Amarim Outers. Who wins? The funny thing about the Outers, you know, is like, I want to know where they're going to be when we're at Bilbao and lifting that trophy. Are they the type that are you know, like how exactly where are you in this spectrum? Like, are you still like, some people are like, even if Ruben Amorim wins it, he should still go. That's some fans that have gone to that extent. And hey, everybody deserves an opinion. Everybody has a right to support the team how they want to support it. It's your prerogative, and nobody's going to say you're supporting the team wrong or supporting the team right. You know, this is a safe space. I want us to talk about it and differ an opinion, because at the end of the day, it's a fan forum, fan opinion based space. This is what it's all about. Let's talk about it. Let me bring him Pav in the building. What up, Pav? Pavino.
Oh, my bad. I was on mute.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. A gorilla versus 100 Amorim Outers. Who wins?
Probably the Yamarim Outers. That whole gorilla thing, by the way, yeah, if people use their brain, a gorilla would never beat 100 people because a gorilla weighs about 500 pounds or so, or even more, right? By the
Okay.
time he's took out the first 10 man, that gorilla's tired, bro. And that's when the rest of the man then pounce. So again,
But
you have to
this
sacrifice. You're gonna have to sacrifice the first 10 to 15, and then everyone pounces because that guy is not mashing up 100 people
this
without getting tired. He's a big unit, brother.
he's a big unit, but this is the thing. It's like, will the other 90 stay when we see like the and hear the pain of like the first 10
Of course, if
sacrificial?
you're going in, if you're volunteering to go in, then you've obviously gone in knowing full well that some people are getting mashed up anyway.
As long as it's an enclosed, there's no way to escape, you know, then you know those 90 guys will be forced to make a decision. But I think it's all just based off like the fact that like the, you know, when you see the first person be sacrificed, Brother, it's peak. I'll run. Even if I'm motivated and we understand the strategy that people will be like sacrifice. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, you just find like 10 to 15. You get the 10-15 week ones in, and then that gorilla's getting tired once he's you know dealt with him, and that's when everyone pounces in, man. Because that gorilla's obviously tired, getting tired. He hasn't got unlimited stamina.
I hear you on this stamina point, but yeah, man, it's crazy. It's great. Yeah. Anyway, let's talk Ruben. Let's talk Ruben. Pav, where do you describe yourself at this very moment? Yeah, I know these words you can't say in particular, but surely you can give us an indication of where you stand on Ruben Amorim. Are you your frustration with him? Are you frustrated at all at the team, or is it a combination of both? By the way, we have almost now 9 people watching and only one like. What?
Yeah, the one who's just put that in probably hasn't even liked the video because I liked the video before I even got here.
Whoa. Maybe we should just keep talking about the gorilla. How would you fight the? I would want to be like blind spot. You know what I mean? We're not talking football until we get at least 5 likes. Come on, guys. Really? Wow. Let's see how many likes we got now. Okay. We're at 7. We're at 7. Big up to Abs in the building. Broderick in the building saying, my bad. All good. All good. At least you own up to it. Shout out to you. Everybody that hit the like button. Thank you. I think that, anyway. All right. Let's get back to the show then. What are you saying, Pav? Where do you stand on this?
Look, the season isn't just based off of a cup run, right? It's based off of everything, like whatever. Again, not many people will care too much about the run when it comes to Carabao and FA Cup, innit?
No.
But your European run and your Premier League run, I think it's the two most important things. Obviously, the Premier League is number one.
Yes.
The European run, I would say, is second. Because if it really did matter that much, people would moan about Fergie only winning 2 UCLs.
Mhm.
So obviously the Premier League's been a total failure for 2 years in a row, right? One man's been sacked already because of that Premier League run. The results, the amount of money spent wasn't good enough. Doing madness with players, doing a madness with the reporters, journalists, whatever you want to call them. He's gone in it and he deserves to go. Now his replacement, I have no issue with this guy personally, right? Because he's obviously come in, has had one player signed for him, not enough,
Just one.
but the results have been poor. And
Yeah.
any other manager who did what he's doing now, regardless of any cup run that you're in, would be sacked, right? And if this wasn't the Europa League and it was an FA Cup final we got to, I'm telling you now, finishing 16th, 17th, and getting an FA Cup final, regardless if you win it or not, you're getting sacked at the end of the season.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what pisses me off because, like I said, if it was any other manager, right, whether it's Southgate or
Yeah.
Graham Potter
It would be
or some other European manager, and let's not just stick it on English managers.
yes.
People would be calling for this man to be out again. I'm more cautious with what we're going to do in the summer because with what I've seen with league form, right?
Yeah.
He should have done better. 3 wins in 2024 since he's been here. 3 wins in the Premier League in 2024 since he started, and 3 wins in 2025, and we're almost in June. Is not good enough. It is not. He's got a 24% win ratio. I've never seen
Nasty.
another big club go through what we're going through, even if they sat their manager in between.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't get it because people tell me that we need to focus on the striker issues, we need to focus on tens. But if we're conceding all these goals, regardless if Anana's in goal or not, then isn't it also a defensive issue? Because clearly the defenders we've got aren't good enough either then. When I say that we need a minimum of 10 players this season, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Then we're going to have the same season next year again. Because a couple of signings is not going to change the results for this team. This man has had, I don't even know how many games he's had now. It must have been 30, it's definitely 30 plus games. 30 plus games is more than enough, yeah? Because people were saying that it's basically a preseason. As soon as this man come here, they're saying it's preseason already. It's more than enough to improve and implement something in their brain, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen purple patches with players. Bruno's probably the most consistent one that we had, even though I thought it was purple patches, but he's continued to
Yeah,
clutch up when needed.
yeah.
But like I said, what's going on with all the other players? Like I've seen good performances, but even like the defensive stuff where we praise Yoro, Maguire, Mazarawi, brother, we still leak goals. And the goals that we leak are the ones where they're cutting back in the box all the time or set pieces.
That like Pav, the frustrating thing is like some of them are easily preventable. And they are like the fine margins that change the outlook of the game or the result of the game. You know, when you think about like the Maguire not fouling Kudus, you know, after when Ugarte lost the ball, and you're like, just that decision, pull him down, take the yellow, we regroup, like we're still in this. It's just fine little things that, like, for me, is very, 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 very infuriating to see. And then I literally feel like what you said earlier on is like Ruben Amorim needs a serious summer, like like revamp, a serious, like, we need to just make sure that we're cleaning out names. Some of them, even if you've been all right, just go, fam. We need to start afresh. And there's no way, like, when you think about the fact that Arsenal, they're signing, you know, the Zubimendis, Calafioris, the Rices, the Liverpool is getting McAllister, they're getting, you know, like all these players, Soboslai, you know, and we're talking about what? We're talking about Braithwaite. We need a proper recruitment this summer, bro. It's more important than ever. You know, when Ruben in the presser was talking about the fact that, like, the players are starting to just accept that losing is okay. It's non-consequential. I think that's the word he used. There's no consequence. And we need the recruitment team also to recruit as if these consequences. You know?
And do you know what, bots? I'll repeat what I said to you and Joe last night, right?
Yeah.
Barada is going to be at fault for majority of what's happened now because you forced this man to come to this club. You knew the style of football he plays, the formation he's stuck to, because he clearly don't do anything else.
Yeah.
Right.
And he said that.
And you brought him in.
Yeah.
Yeah, knowing that these players that probably ain't good enough anyway. They didn't do it in the back four. They failed to do it in this back three, right?
Yeah.
And if obviously they get rid of the manager, I'm telling you now, Barada needs to be sacked from this job because you clearly don't know what you're doing as well. Like they got rid of Ashworth, which was one of the most stupidest things that we could have done without a replacement, right? And then you brought in Amarim, and it's not working. Brother, you need to go as well because you clearly ain't good enough to run this club.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, I don't know what they're going to do in the summer, but if it's me, brother, I'm getting rid of Amarim because if I don't have trust in this manager, I'm not giving him a single penny, regardless if he wins that Europa League or not. If I don't trust you, then why am I sitting here and allowing you to spend money when you've not shown me anything in the league? And you can't. And the thing is, your comparison, if the reception is not doing this and it's not answering the phone, it's not a comparison you can use because Amarim and his team were brought in to coach these players. We clearly can't get anything out of the strikers that we've got. Right?
Okay.
We
Okay.
get overloaded in midfield.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is I'm just talking about the league.
Yeah.
Like European knockout competition. That's I'm not even gonna put that in because we've been winging that. And for some
Mhm.
reason, the players seem to think that they're only going to turn up on a Thursday. So maybe we should just request the Premier League from next season. Let us just play on Thursdays.
Thursdays.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, what is it? Is it like two for Thursday special or something? I don't know, innit? Um, but
So what? So okay. Let's go back to that analogy, the receptionist analogy. I'm curious also because I got into an argument with Joe about this yesterday because he was saying that the manager needs to motivate the players, and I said, yes, but also the players need to want to be motivated. They need to be more like it, you can shout, you can do everything, come up with all the tactics you want, but if the players are not themselves willing to take that in and willing to execute, then it's a useless exercise. You need to be able to, like, as we go to the receptionist is not picking up the phone after lunch and it just keeps on ringing. Like, you, there's no, if that person does not want, then they don't want. And it's just as simple as that.
the
You need
thing
to
is,
find
Bots,
the right
when you're a
profile.
coach,
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
brought in as a head coach, not a manager. As a head coach, your job is to improve the players. Yeah,
yeah.
improve the results from what the previous manager was getting. He's
Hmm.
failed to do that at all. I'd say 90% of the team hasn't improved in it. I'll be honest. Like there's been good moments when it's individual brilliance, but as a collective, as a team, it ain't
Sure.
good enough. And I get like people saying if Hoyland scored that goal, or whatever in it. But like I said, we still concede a lot of goals. Yeah. Or we concede stupid silly goals. The scoreline, we haven't been battered like by the big teams, I think, but we have held fours against like Brentford and things like that. It ain't good enough.
Yeah.
Um Again, next season, if you're gonna keep this manager, you
Hmm.
need to go out and buy the best players possible that suit this formation. Yeah, if you're going out and buying players, yeah, who play like in a four back or as a winger, and now you want them to come in and play as a 10, it's not gonna work. We're gonna be in the same boat. People are
Yeah.
gonna be like, oh well, he needs this and needs that. I'm tired of hearing what he needs in it.
Hmm.
I don't
Hmm.
know. I believe right now, because of the amount of losses we've got, I think it's 50-50 whether he keeps his job or not. Because if I'm Ratcliffe, I'm sitting there and I'm like, brother, what are we, 16th, 17th? We're not even going to win our last two games of the season against Chelsea and Villa. I'm telling you now, we're not winning them games either.
Thank you for
And if
saying that.
Tottenham get a draw or whatever they a win out of their last two games, um, we finish 17th.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
if I said this to KG this morning. If this man, yeah, was here in the summer with the players that he's got now, that he's inherited from Tenor, he
Yeah.
would have got us relegated because that's our trajectory, bro. It would have been relegation.
It would have been relegation. I agree with you, and I really think like next season he has to start well. Usually like sometimes you can, there's sometimes when a team can go like 4 5 games without winning, and Ruben cannot afford that kind of like leniency based
No,
on
and
what.
this is the thing. A lot of the people who are defending him makes no sense what they say. All the ones that are saying that he deserves his signings, if
Yeah,
the results continue, they're saying we're giving him 5 games, 10 games. You crackheads, for the sake of 5 or 10 games, you're going to allow this man to spend like I don't know what he's going to get 100 mil, 150, 200.
that's
If he gets between 100 and 200 mil on signings, and the first five results are we're getting losses, no wins, and
yeah.
then you're all saying Amram out, you idiots! You've allowed the club to spend another 100 or so mil on a guy who's gonna get sacked, and we're back in the same spot. Finding a manager through not even mid-season, finding a manager by October, and it's the same crap again till the
But
end of the season.
this time, the only way to make the crap different, Pav, is if the Ineos, like all these guys, Barada, Vivel, all of the, like, if they know that moving forward, we're playing a back three, we're playing wing backs, we're gonna find another manager who plays a back three, uses wing backs, and that's how, like, for me, that's when I feel like we are kind of actually making progress. I'll be fine. And
Bro, I've said it all along. Yeah,
yeah,
I don't like the three back formation, but if you're gonna use it, you go get the best manager for it, and the best manager for it is Inzaghi right now in world football. Yeah,
okay.
it's Inzaghi. I had Inzaghi. I said Inzaghi for many weeks. Yeah, when
Mm,
Ten Hag got sacked, I said Inzaghi. Um, Obviously, they went for Amorim in it, but
mm-hmm.
I think they got Amorim because he's more of a yes man than Inzaghi would be.
Okay.
Um, But if you're going to continue to keep it Amorim, if you're going to put your trust in him, which I'll be flabbergasted, yeah, if this man survives his job, yeah, if he survives the summer, even with that Europa League win, yeah,
Yes.
I'll be shocked if he's here. But if he is here, they have to go out and get his players because otherwise, what's the point keeping him?
I hear you. I hear
You
you.
need to. I don't care who. You need to find the players that you go back to sport and you snatch a Nasio. You get a couple man who are natural tens. You get a right wing back. You get rid of people like Delo because he's not a right wing back. He can't go up do the forward backward thing.
Yeah.
You have to get another left wing back because honestly, Dog who started off well, but I don't think I know he's only just coming, but you need someone to compete with the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to get another two centre backs. You need to get box to box midfielders. You need your tens, and you need two strikers who know how to score goals.
Yeah.
That's why I said you needed 10 players, 5, 6 players, brother. We might scrape into the top half of the table. Yeah, no, not even in European place.
But realistically speaking, Pav, financially where we are, where they say
Brother, I don't care what they need to do financially, bro. Ratcliffe, brother, I don't care what cheating you have to do. Everyone's cheating nowadays. Chelsea are cheating. Man City are cheating. No charges, bro. Brought forward. What's happened to the cases? Nothing been said. January, February's gone. No, nothing's been brought forward against City. So go break the rules, innit? I don't care what you man need to do to
I
pump
hear
money into the club.
you. Yeah,
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 go sell Nice, man. Pump that whatever money you're making out of Nice into Man United.
I hear
What
you,
do you
brother.
mean, Doc? Be prepared to be shot. Then is
Ready
that what?
to
Is that it because she's saying that Amrim's still going to be here in the summer? That's what
Yeah,
she
but
must be referring to.
let me bring her in, and we can get clarification on that. Also, before I bring it in, I want to ask everybody to hit the like button. We now have like 22 people watching. Let's hit the like button. Joe, I said this yesterday. You chose not to hear me. I said the players, yes, and they also need to motivate themselves. You can run the tape back, brother, if you don't believe me. But doctor, shout out to you. What are you saying?
Hi.
Hello.
Like, I mostly agree with Pav, but hi. Hello.
Yes, yes, yes.
Can
Hear you.
everyone hear me? Am I clear? Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So I just want to go back. I want to start from the freshest thing he Pav just said and go work back
Mm-hmm.
because I totally get what you're saying in many occasions. But number one, just because everybody's cheating doesn't mean you should too. Because yeah, um they haven't charged you the city.
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest got
They hate Man
four,
United
four,
so
four points
much.
deduction.
Yeah.
Everton got 10, then they got 6, and everything. Watch United do it, and United will probably get relegated off of that, off of
Mm.
this whole cheating stuff. Just watch, because United, you they want us to. Our names make the money. You
Yes.
anyway. Number two, when I said prepared to be disappointed, he's going to stay. It's because I highly doubt. I feel like they've had a conversation, and I watched the press conference from post game. He said, if we continue like this in the first week of the next season in the Premier League, he's gonna walk. And I
He didn't
really
say
feel like
first
like
week,
I
but
really feel like
yeah.
No, like the first couple of
Yeah.
games,
Yeah.
he's going to leave. So I really believe it's going to happen. So I really feel like they've had a discussion already, and they're giving him. I feel like they're giving him the. That's what they've agreed upon. I'm sure he told them, look, if you give me my players and everything, and the first couple of games were like relegation bound, I'm out.
Yeah, even if
So
like they didn't even agree upon it, like he's like, I am embarrassing myself more. Like I was
I'm
one of the
embarrassing
most sought
myself. I'm
after managers
embarrassing the
in
team.
last year. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. So like
Exactly.
Man City,
Me and I like
all
him.
these rumors that Man City were also looking at him, like as the successor to
Yeah.
Pep. Like this, he's like,
Yeah.
he doesn't owe us
Look
anything.
what he's done. Look what he's done with, and I love what he's done with Sporting. I respect it. Even when he left now, I feel like somebody said it yesterday where now he left the gap, he left them with 10 points, and the gap, I went and checked, the gap between Sporting
Oh,
and the
yo.
second place now like what, 3 or 5 or something like that.
Hmm.
If he had stayed, he probably, the gap would have increased to 20 or something like that. And that was in the beginning of the season. But like what I'm trying to say is over there he had everybody. He'd been working with most of these players for like 2-3 years. And all hold on a minute. Hold on. Somebody, you know what? I'm not gonna read the comments because anyway, uh
Oh no, yeah. No, that's not
I feel
kosher.
like I'm can you hear me? Or is
Yes,
it
you're
bots
good.
that's frozen?
Oh no,
You're
I thought she meant Quartz's message. He said I'm third wheeling.
No, no, no. No, 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 no.
But go
No.
ahead, say your piece, Doctor. I want to also bring in the
Someone,
No.
someone's trying to sell you viewers, but is that what that is?
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, it's from Twitch. It's from Twitch. But like
yeah.
I and me I'm here to criticize him because I love him. I feel like me and Vegeta yesterday agreed on so
Wait,
much
who
just
do you,
because we're
just for clarification, but
telling
Doc,
him
who do you love?
to, hello
No, we just need the clarity on what you just said.
Bob is trying to
Ruben.
derail you.
I like Diaz and everything.
Are you talking about Amaru?
Kato, Kato Rahim, yeah, he is our
No,
manager,
but why?
and
Why? What has
he
Amarim
does
done
need
for you
our
to make that
backing.
statement?
But
What has
that just
Amarim
because
done?
we're
Like,
criticizing,
your
we
connection's
backed
terrible,
Ten
Doc. We
Hag when
can't
we
hear
were
what you're
losing
saying.
Brentford 4-0 and stuff. Yeah, you know what?
Doctor,
Wait,
I'm going to
I,
reload and come back on, okay?
all
Because I
right, all
feel
right,
like
all right. Yeah. The link is in the chat, Doctor. To just exit and come back in. I
I'm
need
going to
something up.
reload and come back in.
All right, cool. Let's bring in
Doc. The thing is, yeah,
yeah,
she's saying that he's going to be here for certain. That's not true because, like I said, they're giving him a 2-year deal.
yeah.
There's no sign of a new deal anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with the results we're getting, there's been no talk, and we know that Ratcliffe's team are known for sacking manager after manager in Nice anyway. Again, the way that they're running Man United, when they've sacked the director of football after 5 months because of a disagreement, what do you
Mm-hmm.
think they're going to do with a man who's not getting the results?
Well, yeah, I think they're gonna start the season with Amarim.
No, I'm
Right?
saying I
Yeah.
honestly believe it's 50-50 because even if he wins the Europa League, again, what I don't everyone's fixated on the Europa League final.
Mm,
Why doesn't anyone talk about what's been going on in the Premier League? Even with the Premier League, your bread and butter, you can't continue with the results we've been getting with this guy. And you
mm.
have to sit there when you're a big ass club,
Yeah.
yeah. And all we've been hearing that you've been cash stricken, yeah, in the
Yeah.
market.
Yeah.
How can you put your trust into a guy who's not even shown you that with the crop of players that you've got any improvement, not even the slightest improvement with the results? You got to sit there.
It-
Like I said, they have to
yeah.
do a strategic review
Mm-hmm.
on
Mm-hmm.
Amarim. You have to do it, regardless of the Europa League win.
I hear you.
I'm not going to sit here and throw my toys out of the pram, bro, if he's lit. Because I want United to get back to the top, innit? And if he does somehow starts getting better results with some signings, it's good for all of us. But I don't have any trust in the guy. And I'm not going to sit here and lie and have blind faith for a guy I do not have any trust in.
So like, look at it this way. I tried to say this again to Joe yesterday, that like, just look at the body of work at Sporting, right? When he had players that actually like played and successful, were able to execute his system. That's really like, expecting him to come to this team with the current players that we have right now and play his system and have those players succeed is a little bit too much expectation, you know. I get it. I get the frustration that we have, that yes, the results are horrible in the league. I do not want that. I do not want to. I like, if anything, I would rather like, actually, you shouldn't even say what I was gonna say. But the thing is, like, the cup success keeps on like making us feel like we're so much better than we actually are. So I want us to really, really go through a whole flashing out of players, bro. I don't know how I can say this much clearer. But by the way, there was somebody who hasn't called into the channel before. Jermaine, please come back. I was about to bring you in. Yeah, there he is. Let me bring in Jermaine into this conversation as well. Big up, Jay.
Hey, what's going on?
Debut call. What's up, Jay? How you doing?
Good.
Yes. Where you calling from? Are you in the US?
Yeah, I'm in Chicago.
Oh, that's what's up. Chi-Town in the building. Let's talk, bro. Where do you stand on this situation, bro? Amarim is frustrating people.
I don't know. I think it's tough because he's been brought into a situation where he's kind of been forced to come in, where he wanted to come in this summer, where he could build his team in the liking of that he had like at Sporting. I think at Sporting, you saw exactly what he could bring when he has his players. When they played against Man City, they pretty much controlled the game. Their defense was solid. Anytime they were on a break, they capitalized on their chances. And that's the biggest flaw I see in us. We create chances, but we can't execute. We don't have the players to execute.
And I like that, you know, we remember the Sporting versus Man City game. He actually spoke and said, but even though we got the result, we cannot play like this at Man United. He doesn't want to be a team that plays on the break, you know? And so like, you can, like, for me, I think like he's misunderstood right now, and the results are not helping. And I don't know. Sometimes I do wish that, like, even though I like Ruben Amorim, I do wish that he had a little bit of like tactical flexibility or a different formation. Don't you? What do you think about that?
I think we have to take medicine because the past 10 years, you know, we've come in second a couple years, and that wasn't good enough. We come in fifth. That wasn't good enough. Right now we're 15th, and that's not good enough. But if you're trying to look at the bigger picture, we have to blow it up.
Yeah.
You have to blow it up. So I'm not judging him just because we have one person in, which we needed was a left back. But he doesn't have his arsenal yet. He doesn't have the tools that he needs to get the job done. And if we want to give him a chance, and I believe we are better, just for looking at what we have with Ten Hag, there were gaps and holes in the defense, and it was Broadway. With him, I can see a structure in defense. And
there we go. Yeah. Let's also welcome Professor to the conversation as well, and Professor Omo.
Yes.
you hear what we're talking about, bro. Like, you know, Jermaine says he sees like a little bit of a structure in defense. There's a little bit of like, and this is what Ruben Amorim said. You'll see an idea, right?
His idea is still at 10%.
His idea is to what?
His idea is still at 10%. Because I'm listen. I said this yesterday.
Uh,
He has no idea what to do with Ugarte, Minor, Bruno. He has no idea what to do with them. Yet they're on the pitch every single time. Bruno's been shipped all over the pitch. Minor has been shipped all over the pitch. Ugarte, like bro, you sold Ugarte at Sporting. You bought somebody better than Hoyman. Now you are United. You see the Ugarte, and you know you cannot do what you want to do. Because as Sporting, they sold him, and you got to improve. You got a better player in Hoyman, a better improvement. And you're like, oh, this changes everything. That changed everything when they sold Ugarte at the time. And now you're over here and you're playing Ugarte again. And again, it's the same issue that we're having at Sporting is happening here again. And it's consistently playing. I'm like, oh, he's not going nowhere with him. And again, his wing backs are always 10. I've been preaching this long time ago. His wing back has been wingers. His wing back has been wingers at Sporting. You can't be coming over here and you want to put early on the season, you want to play Dalo and Dogo or Dalo Mazrari. Like, sir, what are we doing here? Well, I asked this question. How come Garnacho hasn't played wing back yet? Why hasn't Garnacho played wing back yet? But I might be able to play wing back. Okay. Either way,
clearly there's a reason why he made that decision. There's got to be a reason. Like, you know,
it gotta be a reason. I gotta see because when I ask people tell me like can't track back, then go on the bench then. Go on the bench then. Because Ahmad did it. At least Ahmad tried to track back. You could say that he failed at some point, but at least he tracked backs. But you're not telling me that, oh, he can't track back, so you're gonna put him in the 10 row, but he's gonna fail. Like I know what you're trying. I know what you're trying to do. Like have the wing back stay high up, have the 10 drop back and get the ball, kick the ball to down the channel, and Hoyland gets the ball, but Hoyland can't control the ball. Like, bro, what are we doing here? I'm looking at this whole build up. I'm like, what are we doing here? Go kick, you kick the ball long, Hoyland lose the ball, all of a sudden the opponent ball. Like, what are we doing here? If you're gonna do your build up, do it correctly. And don't tell me about no personnel. Because listen, the youth listen, there's a reason why I clamor for the youth. So ever since Fergie retired, we've been disrespecting the youth.
Yeah.
We've been disrespecting the youth ever since Fergie retired. And Fergie just explain, Fergie just bringing you out of nowhere. Hey, just play ball for me. Just do this, do that.
Bro, we've like been debuting. Like, there's been youth.
Is that what we talk about debuting?
I'm not really understanding your point of view because like at first you started off saying like Maino is struggling, like which is true. That's like there's these players. Anytime when you bring in a new system, there'll be players that will be able to adapt, and there'll be players that won't be able to adapt. And
yes,
you highlighting the players that are not adapting, sure, it shows that okay, cool, this system is not for everybody, right? So
yes.
but then like I feel like you're blaming it more on Ruben than the players.
Oh no, it's both. It's a collective. It's both of them, the Ruben and the player.
It's not
players, not the specific player. It's both. You can't just throw all of them on one person. Like no, it's together. They are together now.
What were you saying, Jermaine?
I'm saying it's more on the players than it is on Amorim. It's like 20-80.
Yeah.
20-80, 20 on Amorim, 80 on the players. Because if you look at the squad needs to be changed. You're not going to get better with the squad that we have. If you look at Sir Alex Ferguson, he always had the best squad. And it's not just due to him coaching, it's due because he had ballers on the pitch.
I hear you.
I won't go further than that. When the reports was like, oh, Ferguson was gonna get retired, because people like to bring that up. People like to bring that, oh, Ferguson gonna get fired that he won the FA Cup. When he won the FA Cup with those alcoholic and crackheads, because they were alcoholics and crackheads in that team. The following year, what did he do? He little by little pick it from the youth. And people like, again, look at a player like Giggs. Giggs came in a year before Beckham came in. When Beckham came in the year after Scholes and Scholes and Gary Neville came in. Then the following year, Phil Neville came in into the first team, and that's how they won the 99. Those are key for them to win the 99 treble.
Yeah, but
they don't want to look back at it. They just say that, oh, he just burned that. No. It goes over time. Then that's how they won the 99 treble.
So your point, Omo, is we need to get the right players. That like we need to get our today's version of Giggs and today's version of Beck. Like I'm trying to connect the. Can you help me? Like
my thing is like United Way has been going by the youths, and so far we've been disrespecting the youths. Oh, there we go. I found my notes. You see, it's beautiful to write things down. You know, when they won the 99, you got to build towards it. You know.
Okay.
92, 93, Beckham, the Giggs, they were in the team somehow. 91, Schmeichel and Giggs. 92, 93, Gary Neville, Cantona, we bought him. Beckham scores, Nicky Butt. 93, 94, Roy Keane. 94, 95, Andy Cole, Phil Neville. 95, 96, no major buying. 96, 97, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Teddy Sheringham. 97, 98, nobody impact for the time. 98, 99, York and Stam, we won the treble. You're supposed to build towards this little by little, and again, youth has been injected into this. So far, we've been abandoning the youth. Not abandoning. We've been disrespecting the youth because when people tell me the youth is not ready, listen, just imagine would take the youth and like, yo, play for me, do this and that. Like again, didn't feel Ryan Giggs said in an interview. Ryan Giggs said like, yo, why are you crossing the ball like Beckham? That's not you. And what did he tell Beckham? Beckham just coming there across the ball. It's easy. It's not how it works. Even Beckham played Beckham played as CM in versus Bayern Munich 1-1 in the Champions League. The year we won the treble. So don't listen. Sometimes you could say yes to the players, but also the manager. To me, is the a collective force. Because the type of player this manager need. This is why we're linked to Kenda. Why did Kenda not come over? He doesn't want to play wingback anymore. He doesn't want to play wingback. Is why he's not coming here. So my thing is like, get the youths and let them play. Get the youths and let them play. The senior team ain't doing it. The senior players are not doing it. So what could go wrong? We put in a youth player in.
So your thought is let's just play youth in elite level Premier League football.
What could go wrong? You're not getting relegated.
So with the current crop of players we've got, we're going to finish 16th, 17th. Now, your thought process is, all right, let's bun them and bring in youngsters without any leadership, without any
he doesn't want
players in their prime, and let's just play them. Brother, you really are an Arsenal fan because you want United to get relegated. You honestly want United to get relegated. Your notes, brother, you're sitting there making notes of the 90s, brother. You do know, we're in 2025, yeah, not in the 90s. You know football's moved on. You know football's moved on.
This place ain't good. This place ain't good.
Brother, you know we moved on. We're not in the 90s no more.
We're leaders. Who's your leader? Go ahead, put your leader on. Throw some youth. Put your leader on. Bruno Fernandes.
This man wants to just run kids.
No,
if you're brother, how about you stop watching? How about you stop watching elite level football?
Put on your
just
leaders.
Go watch youth football. Go watch youth football, bro. Because if that's what you want, just go watch youth football.
Who was your leader? Say the names. Say the name of your leader, and I'll say where you put him instead.
But Omar, you need a hybrid. You can't just have like youth playing and it's all just
no.
Like,
say the leader. No, Poppy, wait. Pop, say the leader name. Say
brother,
the leaders.
The leaders are there: Casemiro, Maguire, and Bruno.
That's it.
They're the three leaders in the dressing room. Johnny Evans is another one. Evans is another one. Yeah. When Fergie kept Scholes for that long as he did, when he kept Giggs for as long as he did, Gary Neville as long as they did, because they want him in the dressing room. Didn't Fergie bring back Paul Scholes because he wanted him to be a leader figure in the dressing room, even though Paul Scholes was finished?
No, because Paul Scholes was a better player.
No, you shut your mouth because that's what Fergie said. Because that's what Fergie said. He even said it in an interview. So you shut your mouth and stop chatting shit.
So we need to buy leaders now. That
you chat so much shit.
That's
so
what notes being written.
This boy that wants to play kids. Go watch you football, man. Just go watch you football.
Nonsense. And I asked him a question. He came and answered. So are you telling me we need to go by?
I answered your question. I've just answered your question. They are the leaders of the dressing room. They are the leaders of the dressing room. Tell me otherwise.
And on top of that, Omo, like we did have like three like Amas was playing. Lenny Euro is 19 years old. How old is Kobe's? What 19, 20? Like we, like we are getting like the youth are getting a little bit of like opportunity, bro. You can't just put all of them.
You can't have a you 18.
What happened? What happened the other week when we played Brentford? Yeah, well, who did we have in defense? Yeah, Frederick.
Yeah,
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 got mashed up. Amas got mashed up.
yeah. And you want to kill that confidence by like just throwing them in the fire like that? Oh, come on,
I've
man.
said it before. Anyone who comes on here, yeah,
But
anyone who ever says just play the youth, fuck off and go watch youth football. Honestly, yeah. How about you
At
go to
this
the park,
point,
go to
and
your local
Professor
park,
Omo,
and watch a bunch of 5-year-olds kick a ball.
Again, it's not like people just say like, "Oh, we're gonna put in 11."
And at this point, Professor Omo
doesn't
will
make
be
any
the
sense.
first person to cut out the youth. He'll be the first person to cut all of them out.
Brother, I'm telling you, yeah, I'm bad when it comes to like slating United, yeah. I'm bad when it comes to slating, but this guy is probably the worst, brother. You'll be the first guy I kick off a cliff just for the fun of
I've
it.
been saying this guy is so
They're the same
negative.
people that'll say, "Oh,
I've been
the senior players,
when
the
I
senior
said
players
it,
are great." Like, but the
I'm a
simple
person.
thing of like you call out, you say senior players. Who are your senior
Oh,
players?
but
Senior
let
players
Doctor
Bruno
speak.
Fernandes,
Doctor after Omo. Go
Maguire,
ahead.
throwing Onana, Casemiro. That's your 4 senior players.
Anana, no one mentioned Anana. Why are you putting Anana in there? No one said Anana. I told you, Maguire, Bruno, and Casemiro. We had Varane. He left because of Ten Hag. We had De Gea. He left because of Ten Hag.
Shout out to Ten Hag because Onana needed to go.
Ronaldo left because of Ten Hag too.
Exactly, Ronaldo. When Ronaldo come in and set a precedent, yeah, that these players weren't training hard enough, yeah, and people take the piss out of him, yeah, for saying the truth. He was a leader. Ten Hag got rid of him.
Casemiro, he wanted to get rid of him.
Yeah, Varane, he got rid of
Varane had a conversation with Ten Hag about the dressing room. He got cold. He was left out in the cold. Weren't even being played.
Yeah,
I'm sure Casemiro
Same with
also had a
Casemiro.
conversation. That's why he wasn't being played. Almost stop.
To be fair, even the freedom rider, but we don't really care for that one.
And this is what.
And can I say something?
All this is gonna come full circle.
Let me read this comment before you say something, Doctor. Shout out to Leslie, by the way, who's the first time in the welcome to the community. United Arena family says Amorim understood one thing better than most managers who fail at big clubs. If you control the narrative, you buy time no matter the results.
And boss, put up that comment where it says Kennedy's put on there, yeah. Didn't Fergie win with the kids? Brother, how many times you got to tell people we're not living in the 90s? Since then, name me a club who has gone out and won multiple trophies with kids. Name me the manager and the year and the players who were winning the top trophy, the Champions League, doing trebles, winning back-to-back league titles with kids. Please tell me.
La Masia.
You can call in, by the way.
La Masia.
Go ahead, Doctor. Yes.
La Masia is the answer.
Wait, and tell me how often it happens. And please tell me how often it happens.
It happened this year and also happened the first year of Xavi. But go on, Doctor.
You guys have spoken. Can I speak?
Yes,
first
and then Young Papi also,
Jermaine.
if you want to chime
first
in,
of all,
anytime.
Welcome to Jermaine, because you've been dunked into the deep end now. Welcome to the craziness. Second of all, there's a couple of people in these comments that pissing me off. If you're just saying shit to talk, call in. The call-in link is there. You know who you are because I've
trolls. Trolls
they need to call in. I want them to call in because you can't be just talking, then not. You're welcome to call in.
Sure, exactly.
Number 3. Yes. I'm confused. You say play the kids, and I'm all for playing kids, but you just can't. You just can't say play the kids, and when you play the kids, then you're like, oh, you shouldn't have played the kids and whatnot, and they're shit, and all of them are crap, and we're gonna get relegated. Please choose a lane. Choose a lane. And United, yeah, we have this tradition of playing one kid in the squad, at least one from the academy in the squad. It's good. It's great. But if you realize we only played the best of the best, you know,
Exactly.
Beckham was the best of the best. Ryan Giggs, that whole class of 92, they were really good. And the reason why they stayed straight on the straight and arrow is because they had people like Eric Cantona. They had people like Roy Keane. These kids don't have that. They don't have that.
No, and it's on
And
the
I
biggest
get it.
stage too. It's not like
And
you're
they
at
have,
They
yeah,
actually,
that's
dog,
true.
they do have that, but the kids nowadays ain't listening because the times
Oh,
have changed and they're
that
doing everything.
too.
No one's listening. When
They
now
have
they
the
were trying to talk to
Snapchat,
these kids,
they
but now
have
they said
the
it in an interview. They don't
Instagrams.
listen. They don't listen.
Yeah.
you got to be a certain maturity of a kid to be able to play it at Manchester United. Also, you just can't throw every kid that plays in front of 20 people in the youth level, then put them in front of 75,000 and expect them to play the way they normally play. They got to have a certain kind of maturity to be able to handle all that pressure and to be able to succeed. And the coach is going to know that in training, seeing them every day, who can handle that and who can't handle that.
100%.
Exactly. You guys have said it without even me talking a lot. And right now, I really feel like the season has to end. And look, if Ruben gets sacked, I get it. If he stays, I get it. But all I'm asking for is, what am I asking for? That's the question. Look, as I said yesterday, it depends on two things: if he wins the Europa League or if he doesn't win the Europa League. If he wins the Europa League, he probably has bought himself a couple of to the end of of next season. If he doesn't, it's possible he doesn't even start this season.
Mhm.
And I said earlier today too, he probably has had this whole when do I walk when do I go conversation with Ineos already.
Yeah.
And it how are we all supposed to know that millions of followers United have? Because we are not sitting with the board or Ineos. I have a problem more with Ineos and the players than I do with Ruben at this point.
That's
Number
exactly
one,
what I was trying to say to Pav earlier.
Honestly, I was gonna try to chip in too.
Young
Like
Papi,
you
go
look
ahead.
at blaming
it
like
yeah,
percentages on the players and managers, but nothing on the higher ups in the club.
yeah,
You guys gotta blame
exactly.
them
Ineos,
too. Like, they put
yeah,
us in this mess to begin with. They never got things
exactly,
better.
Yeah.
And to be fair,
exactly.
you lot who want them to sell Bruno, they tell you that they're broke right
If we
now. You
sell
don't think they're gonna
Bruno,
fucking take that money?
if we
Yeah.
sell Bruno, watch us
You might
play
get 40, you
championship
might get 40
football.
mil out of that.
Yeah.
Watch
Like
us
you
play
guys are just gotta
championship
be for
football.
real sometimes, like.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
not a lot of things you were saying was wrong though, but just to add to it, like, it's not all the players and all the coaches' fault as well. It's
Mm-hmm.
definitely the higher ups. Like everybody's to blame for. Even
They're
the
the ones.
fans.
They're the
Let's
ones that
blame fans too, actually, because they have the answers as well.
Young Puppy, the recruitment team is the one that put us in this situation right now that
No,
we're in.
100%. The recruitment
And
team
this
going
summer,
after Arsenal's coaches and all of that there that's had injuries for years and years and years. And then
yeah,
they come and go and buy them and now look at us.
yeah.
Not to
I
mention we've always had injuries, but they just made it worse by bringing them in. Like, like
I would like I want to highlight this perspective from United Arena family and like ask everybody in the panel, like, are we being deluded? Because United Arena family says Amarim hasn't just fooled fans, he's lowered the expectations. He somehow convinced the club, media, and fan base that failure is part of the process, even though he's not building anything. Jermaine, what do you think about United Arena's comment? He says
Actually,
we're hiding behind the idea of a project. I think this one actually even summarizes.
I
Um,
think
this
I
perspective.
think Amarin's intentions are to build something that's sustainable, and I don't think he's hiding. I think he's the way he's handling the media. I think it's clear. It's not like he's trying to like save people. He's like last night's press conference when he was saying like he doesn't want to bring up the players, but he feels that something needs to change. But he's not throwing an individual under the bus. He's saying he's probably told the people who needs to know what needs to be changed. But in the press conference, he's still protecting the team. He's saying the team needs to get better. And we all watch the games. We know what needs to change. And he's had one player come in and he's inherited everybody else. He lost Rashford, who's probably could play striker better than any striker that we have right now that would give us goals, but he sacrificed that for the better part of the team. So if we're just trying to put a Band-Aid just to be competitive, then it's not going to be sustainable. We need to blow it up.
Big up Doth Vegeta. This is his name. Big up, bro.
I'm tired, bro. I'm tired.
What you've been listening. I've been seeing you in the comments, but finally you called in.
No, you know what, bro? I respect our fan base's ability to have the same conversation 1 million times, first of all. Second of all, yesterday when we tried to talk, you know what I've noticed? People don't like it when you add nuance to a conversation. They want to push you either to the, oh, it'll be fine side or the world is ending side. They made us pick a side, right? I'm picking a side, bro.
You came out as Ruben Amorim out yesterday.
Still am, bro. You pushed me there. You wanted me to be in a corner of the box.
No, do not say me, because I understand anybody. Even if you support the manager, you have to criticize anything you don't agree with. That's your right as a fan. That is why, like I totally, like, I see there's a gray line. There's a gray area. You can have doubts and be frustrated about a manager and still not be manager out. That is, I want to make sure you know that, because I didn't say if you have a grievance here, Ruben Amorim out. But
that version of Vegeta doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
This Ruben guy must bounce, because the way people will defend him as if he does nothing wrong at all. Nothing. No, it's fine, Chief. We'll be the opposition. You know, like in elections, sometimes you just need to have an opposition party.
Yes.
We'll be there. That's where I am right now. I'm tired, bro. I can't look at 14 wins in 16th and everything's going to be just fine just because maybe. I can't look at what he did for another club. You know, whenever we say this player won a Champions League for another club, I'm like, yeah, that's nice, but never did it for my club. It's nice what he did at Sporting. I'm happy for him. What's his name? The last guy, the terrorist, Bold Fraud. He won stuff at Ajax, bro. And he still came and did terrorism at United. Okay? For me, it doesn't matter, bro, what you did. That CV only matters when you're applying for the job.
But when he was at Sporting, when he first got there, they were terrible. And his first season, they were terrible until he got.
Happy for Sporting. And I'm happy.
Yeah, but you're saying like the Sporting's been good this whole time.
No, I'm happy for Sporting and their success and what he did there. Me, I'm not judging Ruben on what he did at Sporting. He's at my club. He's managing my club. So I'm judging this body of work, because you can win the Champions League for another club, but he's not going to my trophy cabinet.
So the body of work that he has right now at Man United is so small and such it's
rubbish.
Unfair sample size.
Alex Ferguson's record was rubbish before he turned it around.
And God smiled on him. Good for him.
But that's your club.
God smiled for him.
I know where Vegeta's coming from, and I respect.
He's broken. I don't think we can say Vegeta.
It's good. It's good.
Say Vegeta. He's been broken for a while now. Yesterday was just his breaking point. Because why? And I'm with Vegeta on this. I'm almost at. I don't know how long I can hold on.
Because people don't listen. That's
the
problem.
At the point
people want to hear fundamentally what they like to hear. You can't say that the manager is fine and then it's only the players just because the players refuse to show up. How can everybody in the squad be bad, but you're the coach? You're not the manager. You're the coach. What is a coach's job to do? So there must be some semblance of you doing nonsense. And people don't want to hear that. When they hear you say that, it means you're the manager out. It's fine. Then we are the manager out so that we can hold that opinion.
Okay.
But I don't understand if he's that bad, but how are we doing so good in Europa? Like, if it's bad, it should be bad all around.
It
Ooh.
is. He was in the FA Cup.
No.
No. He was in the league. Nothing. The only thing he's succeeding
'Cause-
in by God's grace is Europe.
Let me tell you why. Because he himself has said it. If you listen to him, he's telling you what's happening. The players know that if they lose in Europe, half of them are gone in August. And they're gonna probably get a quarter of what they're getting at Man United. That's why they're trying to get into Champions League. He said this. You guys just don't want to listen. And Joe, I do love him. I do. But sometimes I have to tell the truth. You know? It hurt. Like if he goes, it will hurt me. I'll be like, oh no. But I get it. And I'm also going to stand by my earlier thing. I'll be more mad at Ineos and the players again, because some of them, this is their third manager. So I know it's not a lot, but come on.
Young puppy, you haven't said much about. Are you Ruben Amorim out or in or doubt?
I'm not Ruben out. I'm not.
Okay, doctor, you're not Ruben out.
I'm forever Ruben in. But if he gets fired, I will understand why.
Okay, all right.
That's what
fair enough.
that's where I'm standing on.
I want to catch the temperature of the room. Everybody in the panel. Young puppy, where do you stand? Do you Ruben Amorim out or in?
Is Young Puppy
Maybe
still with us?
he's driving still. Okay,
It might be busy, but Vegeta is good. It's good to be where you are.
Vegeta's out.
I'll probably join you next year because again, but don't lie. I already told you this was preseason already.
Well, did you hear, young puppy? Are you Ruben in or out?
Hold on. I really just don't even care at this point, to be honest. But fuck it, I'll just say Ian for now. It's whatever. I don't really care.
He's
Honestly, I really just don't care. Like
he's like,
the Hill Club is draining me as a whole. Like, and it's
yeah.
once that me time is done.
Pav,
You see me bots. You see me
But yeah,
bots. I'm not
they're really
scared of
just
you,
draining. So like whatever they do, they're gonna do at the end of the day. I'm just a fan trying to make a living.
He's like, I don't care at this point. All right. Pav, did you say where you are on the spectrum, bro? I want to hear where you are in the Ruben Amorim.
But I told you, like, I don't trust giving this man money. So because of that, but he, regardless of the Europa League outcome, he's got to go.
Pav says, don't spend even any more money on this guy.
I just want Ruben Amorim to quit at the end of the season because just go to Ineos, tell them what you want, and if they say no, leave.
Okay.
And if they say yes,
and do you know what? I don't know if these are legit quotes from him. He said something about not being in the Champions League, that we shouldn't be in there. We need to focus on the Premier League one game a week. If that's correct, brother? Nah, for me, you've just cemented your death, bro. You basically cemented your death.
Honestly, I'd rather a new manager come in at the beginning of the season, like for the beginning of the season with that problem, not a manager already here and saying, well, in this competition to get us here, but you know what? Screw all of that there. Let's just have league football. Like, nah, that ain't getting all
you know what the
honesty.
maddest thing is, but he said that. Does he not realize?
No, Pav,
The amount of money that fans put into this club,
Yeah,
and
sure.
you're telling the fans maybe the club should be in Champions League.
I don't want that to be out of
prices,
context.
ticket prices, season ticket prices, football kits, and you're telling man not to that we should be in Champions League.
No, he didn't. He didn't say we shouldn't be. He said this like he's not even thinking about the final. He's not like we should. There's a bigger thing to fix in the club, and we.
But the quote that I read said that he said that maybe we shouldn't be in the Champions League.
That must be a lie.
It's kind of paraphrase. Doctor, you watched the whole presser. The
quotes can look crazy, but if you watch the press conference, you could see what he's trying to say.
Yeah,
they probably clipped it and chat GBT it to make it seem like he said that. I know how these people do. That's why I don't read it. I don't watch it in the press as a waste of time. Give me the article and where they come from. Show me the link so I can read it myself. Don't tell me no headlines.
Okay, all right. Let me see if
I just want Amorim to quit, because again, you're not the players you want. You're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get the players you want. Just leave now. The sooner the better. They'll end up getting fired and being embarrassed. Just say that you tried your best at United. It was a tough job. The owners didn't work with you. It's
You
simple
gotta
as that.
remember, sometimes these managers don't mind being fired, and it comes with the paycheck. If they quit, I think they
Yeah.
don't get the whole paycheck, so they
Now,
they probably really don't care to get fired or whatnot.
and it's also why I said that if another
It's no
manager is
passion.
available, if another manager is available, another manager that played throughout, as I said, don't be surprised. The guy was that manager that was at City. That's a real Betis. I wouldn't be surprised to go for him at this point.
check
You know
check
what
this
we are
part.
sitting there.
Check
Oh.
this part out. Hold on.
Yeah. I think it's not is the feeling. I will not talk about culture because we are talking about this in this moment, but it's a feeling that is the most dangerous feeling that we have in the big club.
So, Ruben, you've been here for quite a few months now. Are you shocked, surprised, saddened that the things you're talking about, like urgency, which seems to be quite fundamental to playing high-level football, you've not been able to drive that out?
I think if you of course it's a different competition, but in Europa League we don't play quite well, but we had a little bit that urgency. We cannot lose the games. We have to win it. We managed to find a way to win the games. To take if Athletic Bilbao has a sent off, we take advantage of that. We are so focused, and you see these games in Premier League. Sometimes we are not focused, and we don't have that feeling that we need to win to go to the next stage like we have in Europa League. So it's something that is mentally in our team.
Look at James.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he talks, like when you hear like Ten Hag talks, it's more like a defensive, like he's being defensive of his personal coaching. When he talks, it seems like he's being honest about what's really going on.
He is too honest, and people don't like that.
He's literally saying you. This is exactly.
People don't like that. It's too honest. They want him to be all lying and bravado.
Yeah, personally, I need him to be a lot more rude.
Don't try to hide from the truth. Don't try to hide from the truth.
I just need him to be rude.
And
be mean to these lot. They're not giving you any personal space at this point. Be rude to them. Show irritation or whatever to them. Not about the club, whatever, but to them. That way you get the media fucking off your back or whatever. Some of these reporters out and all of that. They're be a mark. Fuck.
Do the media even talk bad about him? Cause their papers and stuff like that. Cause I don't pay attention to that. I don't think they do.
Yeah,
I
mean,
don't even pay attention to that myself.
I don't think he's been run. I don't think he's been run through the streets like Ten Hag was. But then Ten Hag also banished the journalists, which didn't help his cause. Again, but I need the thing that I said about him saying not get Champions League football. I need to go. I've already watched the press stuff for myself because when I saw that quote and it's from two big United X accounts, innit? And I'm like, bro, is he on smack?
He's definitely. He mentioned the fact that we need to be brave in the summer and
no, of course the club needs to go out. The club, to have a good window. I don't care where, like I said, I do not care where the money comes from. Yeah, I don't care. You got to go to certain banks, rob them, go to countries and rob people for their money. I don't care how the money comes. We need to spend minimum 200, 250 in the summer. Yeah, and the quality of player has got to be a 9 out of 10, a 10 out of 10, because we're gonna struggle again. And when people say that certain man don't have the stomach for a rebuild, I do not have the stomach for a fucking 5 to 6 year rebuild, because I'm probably going to be dead anyway. So I need to start seeing results soon.
Here's the part where he was talking about Pav, the Premier League. I mean, the Champions League. Pardon me.
Our semi-final, obviously big focus on Brentford. Do you get that sense that today that they were already looking ahead? That's third game, and if that's the case, are some players risking their place in that Europa League final if they continue to perform like that?
To be honest with you, I'm not concerned about the final. It's not. It's by far the smallest problem in our club. We need to change something that is deeper than this. And if we are showing that in the end of this season that we are not playing Premier League and Champions League for us is the moon. So we need to know that. And so I'm not concerned about the final. They will be focused, and I don't know what is best if he's playing Champions League or not. So let's think about Chelsea to improve a lot of things.
So you hear what he's saying, Pav? He says, I don't know if it's best to be thinking about Champions League or not. So I think
I love it.
So them accounts, yeah, with nearly 500,000 followers have basically lied and said that, because the quote that I read said that Amram said maybe it's best that we don't play in the Champions League at all.
Yeah,
Yes.
but people are gonna say the craziest stuff to make a headline.
Exactly.
To get-
That's why I blocked those accounts. Like you can't just
Oh Lord, have
use
mercy.
this headline
because
and
That's
gaslight me.
it's bait. They're just trying to spice it up.
All those I blocked those accounts. Don't link me no IT cable link to this player. You're blocked.
Yeah.
Can I
What's
can,
that
can I
like?
offer a different opinion to what I just heard? Because
All right. Let's hear it.
listening to this season, when he came in, I don't know, November or whenever it was, people said, let's write off the season. We focus on whatever it is we're focusing on. Now it's like, oh, this thing is not the deepest concern. Like, I understand that the club has got a lot of issues. We know this. That's why I'm like, people need to understand that 2 things can, or 3 things can be right at the same time. And people need to stop hearing that if you're criticizing one aspect of the barrage of issues, it doesn't mean that you don't know the other ones exist. Yes, there's deeper issues at Man United, but it doesn't mean that the league's gonna stop, happening because there's issues at your club. There still has to be a level of performing in those competitions, whether or not there are issues at your club. Or you can face relegation and let other kids take your spot. It's not like time's gonna stand still because you want to sort out your problems. Life moves on irrespective of you.
Facts.
That's
Gotta
the thing
be
that bothers me.
professional at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Be
that's the thing that bothers me.
professionals.
Like the way we just write things off just because of the fundamental issues at the club. You can't do that, bro. You still were brought in to do a job. Do it, bro. And don't say there's that final. The reason why they're asking you about it is because of the context of your season.
Yeah.
That's where the journalist is coming from to say that, Chief, your season's been dodgy. These people show up for that thing only. What's going on? Don't tell me about the other things. We're talking about the football. And it doesn't excuse the football being nonsense because of the other issues. That's the problem I have.
All right. It's we'll see what happens. I think for me, he's just being Ralph
win.
Rangnick again. This is just
better win,
honesty and telling us in different words that we need open heart surgery, and in this summer we have to do, like fix a lot of things before we can start thinking Champions League and because what's the point of going in there and then you don't even make it out the group? You don't
The
even
money, bro. We can't keep saying we must reinvest. With which money? You see what I'm saying?
I hear it. I hear
Yeah,
it. From a
I think-
financial standpoint, the money kind of fast tracks our rebuild. Yes, I hear that.
Vegeta with the second highest paying club in the league. So to proper reinvestment, listen, you already know what I wish for the Europa League final. I don't want to bring everybody mood down, but you already know what I wish for. And the sooner that happens, the sooner the better it is. Because when I say write the season off, I mean total write the season off. The sooner the season's over, the better.
All right.
And that is until the last match versus Villa.
He's done it to perfection. If that's the case.
And when you give me one trophy, like, hey, but you want a trophy, that still doesn't erase the fact, like, bro, it's a bad season one way or the other. And to make it more suitable for me, you know what needs to happen versus Spurs. You know what needs to happen versus Spurs.
I couldn't care less about.
Omo wants us to
trophy.
lose
Like,
versus
the money.
Spurs. This is.
He wants.
Listen, if you want to go banter with your friends or banter the group chat, that's on you. Me, I am comfortable. I am comfortable where I'm at, and I know what needs to be done. Where my camera?
We have all decided he's an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, this guys, this type of delusion.
If I'm an
100%
Arsenal fan, I would not want Spurs to win the trophy.
Arsenal fans actually do want
Anyway.
to win it.
So this guy's logic, is to ban being in any major competition, play the youth, not have any money involved. But why do you come on here to talk all this shit? Like, what's going on with your life? Is there anything going on? Like, we need to know.
No, my life is going well.
I don't think it is, to be honest. It's all right. It's a safe space, man. Talk to us. Talk to us, man.
My life is going well. I just need United to lose to lose our fans.
So wait, would you rather have United relegated if that helps the cause?
Listen, Papi, bring up the tape. Bring up the tape. I've said this when Amrin came in.
Yes.
I've said this when Amrin came in. Relegation doesn't sound too bad.
Would it be even better if we got back-to-back relegations? Hold on, spots. Would it be not a bad option if we got back-to-back relegations, went into like League 2?
Nah, come
or
on.
League 1.
No, come on. We're not gonna get back to back relegation.
Maybe
then why would you want us to go to Championship? If we're gonna go down, if you want us to go down to the Championship, fuck it, we might as well go down to League 2.
That's what you said. That's what you said. That's what you said. That's what you said.
No, because you want us to get relegated. So fuck it. Back to back relegations. Let's go back and let's go to the National League. Let's restart the club and go back to the National League, yeah. And let's do a Wrexham. Let's do a Wrexham, innit? We'll go all the way down and do a Wrexham, innit?
And we'll have a relegation party while we're at it. All right.
Nah, bro, but honestly, we should do a Wrexham. Go back to the National League and make our way up.
No, we need to give him the wheel of justice. I had to sip in him, and
he don't even need the wheel of justice, bro. This guy needs a muzzle over his lips, so he can never talk again. He needs a muzzle. The man needs a muzzle.
A year and a half at least.
Football Power Hour.